Hello.
Hello.
This is something. Video podcast.
Video podcast.
Nice translation. We're not sure what to call it later. It's going to be a weekly video podcast. I'm Brent. This is Kiyomi. Why are we going to do this video podcast? We're going to discuss various topics. Okay, we're going to talk about this and that and the other thing. Basically, the main thing when I'm talking about ideas of how to live or living life. One of them will be English. English is so easy, right?
No.
English is very, very difficult. We also want to invite people to join us via the comments. Comment, ask questions, and we can talk about things that you guys want to talk about. Anyone wants to talk about. We want people to ask questions because if you have a question, probably a lot of other people have the same question.
一人の人が誰か質問があるっていうことは自分だけではなくて誰かも同じ疑問を持っている。
Right. But we'll talk about some things that should be interesting and maybe you can make things a little bit easier, make life a little bit easier. Yeah. Or unless you don't want an easier life.
Easy.
This podcast is a chance to learn English, okay? A chance to listen to more English, but also along with some translations so that you can check to see if you were right.
英語で言ってまた通訳します。それがもしかするとあなたと同じかもしれないし、あなたの方が分かってるかもしれませんが、英語の勉強になると思います。
So people don't know us. Of course, maybe you already figured this out, but we are married. We've been married for going to be 25 years this year.
私たちは結婚して25年になります。
If you didn't know that, now you know. In the house, we speak Japanese and English mixed. Tool belt. Okay, I want to say that you will have a little bit more English in your tool belt.
Tool belt.
Tool belt. Okay, just please say that. Tool belt.
Tool belt.
Okay, tool belt. What is tool belt? Well, what is a tool? Belt. What is a belt?
Belt.
Wow, very nice. So, literally, a belt that's made to hold your tools.
道具を抱える。
Construction workers, most of the time they have some belt and they have tools hanging from the belt.
工事をしてる人たちのを見てみるとこうやって道具を抱えてるなんかベルトしてる
Okay.
ものがあると思う。
We never make mistakes. Back to the tool belt. So a tool belt literally is just a belt that you wear that can hold tools.
ツーベルトの話に戻りますが、これはなんか道具などをこの支えてるベルトですね。
But we use it for many other things too. We use that term tool belt to mean some kind of knowledge, 知識 or something that you have that you can use. We say, okay, this 知識 is one more tool for your tool belt. This 知識, this knowledge, this something you're learning is another tool for your tool belt. Any new thing that you learn will be a new tool. When you learn something, it's like a tool you can use. Knowledge.
新しいことを学ぶときに学ぶとそこからまた自分自身のツールが増えますね。
The idea here is we're going to give you more English for your tool belt.
で、この新しいまた英語の知識も増えるとそれがあなたのツールになってくる。
Okay, a tool for your tool belt. It doesn't literally mean a tool. It means some knowledge or something you can learn, some knowledge you can use. But there's one more thing that we'll put in there a little bit, and that is current news.
英語だけじゃなくてまたもう一つニュース、今世の中で起こっていることも取り上げてやっていきたいと思います。
But I want to be honest that Kiyomi and I, we don't really watch the news that much, at least not Japan news. I don't know what's going on in Japan half the time. I hear from my students.
で、私たちあまりニュースをとかテレビとかあまり見る方じゃないので。
We'll try to pay attention a little bit more that we can, use in the podcast, and things we can talk about that are more interesting and, things that are current. It just is more interesting. If there's some news you want to talk about, put it in the comments, ask, and we'll try to get to it. It's a video and podcast. And so let's just say video podcast.
Video podcast.
Say it again.
Video podcast.
Say it again.
Video podcast.
Okay. So,
を始める、きっかけとしてまた私たちもニュースにも目を留めて聞いてる皆さんも見てる皆さんも興味があるニュースがあれば、どうぞまたコメントください。それに対してできるだけ 取り上げていきたいと思います。
So that was a very rough introduction to the podcast, video and podcast. 紹介
でした。
Okay. It was not very good. We're going to get better at this, I hope.
はい。今日からスタートなので、もうラフ、ボコボコなんですが。
Pronunciation, okay? Rough. Very good. Laugh. Okay? Rough. Not very smooth. Laugh.
笑う。
Haha. Rough. Laugh. Japanese people can say the R pronunciation. You can do it. Right? You can. Episode 1 today, what do we want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? You want to finish? It's a little bit too short. So today, episode number 1, New Year's resolution.
今日はですね、じゃあ New Year resolution.
Okay. So we are still in the first full week of the new year.
まだですね、この1年1ヶ月始まって1週間目です。
Okay, from a Sunday to a Saturday. The new year was last week, but it started in the middle of the week. So this is the first full week of the new year from a Sunday to a Saturday. We want to talk about the new year still and the new year for 2020. So, moment of English. How to say the year in English. How to say the year. A lot of people don't really know. Even people who are pretty good at Japanese, they often make mistakes in how to say the year. Oh, did I say that? Pretty good at English.
英語得意な人でもこの year を、の言い方ですね。わからない方がいます。
There are a lot of people that are not really sure. There are two ways to say the year in English.
2つのですね、言い方があります。英語でですね。
Okay. 2020年ですね。2020年。
2020年。
So we can say in English, we can say 2020. The and, you can leave it out. Okay, you don't have to say and, you can say 2020.
2020
is okay. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Or you can say like this, 2020. Basically in Japanese, it would be like saying 2020, okay? So 2020. And that is the more common way. We usually divide it in half. So we say the first half, 20, and then the second half, 20.
分けて2020っていう言い方があります。
So now it's 2020, but last year it was 2019, okay? And the year before that was
2018.
Wow, she skipped like 5 years. Okay, so 2018, right? It's actually very simple, and it's the more common way because it's just simple and quick. There are a couple of things you have to be careful about when you're dividing the number in half, 20 and 20, or when you're saying it that way. So, for example, 1910 in so 1910ですね。So 1910年は1910です。Okay? The thing you need to be careful of though, 1600円は年1600年は
1600.
Okay, you're right. Okay, but you didn't say this way, right? You didn't. But that's a good idea because she wasn't maybe sure because what are you gonna say? 1600? No, don't say 1600. That won't work. 1600. Okay, so it's like saying 16beku. In English. It's very strange, but you can say that way in English. Okay, but how about when you go like the 9 years from 1年から9年 so 2001, 9年まで so how about 2001 to 2009 so that's the one way to say it 2001, 2002, 2003, 2009 then you can also say 2010 but if you divide it in half right half and half how do you say it like 1900 let's 2001年 You cannot say 21. That would just sound like you're saying 21, 21. You have to put in an O, like the letter O. So 2001, 2002. 2005年は
2005.
So that's just a little tidbit on how to say the year in English. Okay? Yay! Moment of English is finished.
True.
汗かけた? New Year's resolution. What does it mean?
どういう意味かな?
Okay. So New Year's resolution. New Year's is easy. We understand New Year's.
New Year's は
Okay.
わかりますよね。
Okay. Resolution is the problem. Resolution means a strong decision. You decide, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. That's a resolution. I'm gonna do this.
このことやるぞって感じで。
Okay? Yes, it's a strong decision.
もう強い決心だね。
Right. New Year's resolution is a strong decision you make, which this year I want to do this. Why do we make a New Year's resolution? One idea is because, yeah, it's a new year, and it's kind of a new year is like just a marker, just kind of a sign like, okay, something is finished, something is starting. It's kind of a good time to decide maybe something you want to change or something you want to start.
切り替えの時期ですね。
Yeah. You know, you finished one year, you kind of look back, okay, what did I do? How did things go? And okay, what did I not do good at? What can I do better at? It's just kind of a good time to think about these things.
去った年にできなかったこと、またこれからやりたいこととか、いろいろね、考えてまたスタートできる。
And you know, it's the holiday season. You know, there's Christmas a week prior, and then it's the New Year, and so most people have a little bit of time off at least, and so you can have a little bit of time to think about these things also.
休みもね、いっぱいあるし、その時にいいなんていうのかな、機会があるこのシーズンですよね。
Right. But that isn't really the question I want to talk about. That isn't really the idea I want to talk about.
まあでも今日はこのことじゃなくて、また別のポイントで話したい。
I want to think more about like the fundamental, kind of the foundational reason of why people decide they want to do something.
新年の決意みたいなものをなぜ考えるかというこの土台という風なポイントでちょっと話したいと思います。
Basically, people think, okay, hey, you know, it would be better if I do this, or if I change this, it would be better.
なんかこのもっと良くなりたいっていうことからこういう思いが来ると思う。
Okay, that's the whole point. I mean, no one thinks, oh, I want to do worse at something this year. I hope not.
まあね、あまり、まあ、誰も、去年よりももっと悪くなろうって考える人は少ないと思います。いないと思います。
So any New Year's resolution is an idea of some kind of improvement, moving from some place in your life, you know, something you do or something. You're trying to get better in some way.
もっと本当に今年は前に進もう、一歩進もうっていうそのような思いから新たな決心みたいなのが出てくると。
Okay, so you start thinking, and you might not think of this word, good, bad, right, wrong. You might think of those words, but really that is what you're thinking about. You're thinking this something is better than some other thing, or this way is better than some other way.
このことはこういうやり方よりももっと良くしようとか、こういう風にもっと進んでいこうとか。何かと比べてそういった前進していこうというものから始まる。
Right. So I want to say that you might not think of the word good, bad, or right and wrong.
ね、意識はしてないと思うんですよね。何かいい悪いとか間違ってる当たってるとかっていう風に自分では意識はしてないと思うんだけど。
But in reality, that is really what's at the foundation of that. We're always thinking of getting better in something, and it really is the same thing. Yeah, but we're really thinking about that. We don't think those words, but in reality, that's what it comes from. That's the root. That's the root.
ね、この根っこはそういういい悪い自分に対してのいい悪いとかっていうものから来るんじゃないかな。
Well, no, it's not じゃないかな. That's just the way it is.
あ、そうか。
Okay, so
根っこから来る。
It's just the way it is. You know, we're always thinking about good and bad and right and wrong, even though we don't realize it, but we are always thinking that.
私たちは本当自然にね、人っていいとか悪いとか そう言わなくてもそういう風な考え方をしてしまう。
Always, every day, many times throughout the day, we're always thinking about it.
でも一日の中でもこういうことを基本に物事を考えてしまう。
How many things like today that did you not do? You wanted to, but you decided not to because you thought it's more important that I do this other thing.
で、この一日の中でこのことやりたいんだけど他のことを優先的にやろうとかって考える。
And again, that comes from the root of this idea of something is right and something is wrong, or something is better than some other things. That's where it comes from.
もう間違いとか当たってるとかこれよりもこれっていう風にそういうところから出てくる。
This thing is not bad, but I have also this thing, and I have a responsibility. If I do this and don't do this, I'm not being responsible. I want to do this thing.
このことをしたいな。
But I decide not to because I know that I have a responsibility to do this, so I don't have enough time or whatever to do this other thing.
私はこのことをやる責任があるからこのことをしないといけないっていうふうに決める。
We do that all the time, every day, and most of the time we hardly think about it because we just know.
ね、もう本当にあまり考えなくてもこれ自然にやる行動ですよね。
So basically, people think, "Oh, this is better for me, so this year I want to do this."
このことが自分にとっていいっていうふうに決めながらいろいろ進んでいく。
Wait, I want to talk now. Get this back to New Year's resolution. So people decide, I want to do this year because it's better for me.
だから新年の決心っていうのはこのことよりもこの方がいいっていうふうに。
There are many New Year's resolutions that are common. Okay, I want to quit smoking.
こういうのがよくありますね。タバコやめようとか。
I want to lose weight.
痩せようとか。
I want to study something more. I want to become better at something.
でもっと勉強しようことについてとか。
Those are some very common things, very, very normal.
ね、これが普通一般的に浮かぶことかもしれない。浮かぶこと。
And then maybe within your job, within your work, you want to this year I want to do a little bit better at something.
で仕事でもこの仕事をもっとうまくするようにできるようになろうとか。
But it's really a desire to, in some way, it's the idea you want to be a better person in some way.
これの根っこはもっといい生き方、もっといい人になろうっていうことから起こります。
And I think it's a really good thing to do to make a New Year's resolution, or more than one. I highly, highly encourage everyone to make a New Year's resolution, at least one, maybe more.
だから皆さんも一つまた一つ以上ねこの目標を決めることいいことだと思います。
You might fail.
失敗するかもしれませんが。
And some people don't make a New Year's resolution because they think, I won't do it, I'll fail.
ある人はこの目標を決めない人もいますね。どうせできないからっていうふうに。
The reason you should do it, even if you do fail, you will fail forward. If I run 5 meters,
5メートル、5メートル走って転んだとしても、
I still ran 5 meters.
この5メートルは進んだってことだから。
So it's good to make a New Year's resolution. Even if you fail, you will have done something.
もし失敗したとしても、それは本当に少し前進してるってことだから。
Did you make a New Year's resolution this year?
はい、あなたは、決めましたか？今年の目標、抱負。
I want to talk about this again next week a little bit.
来週もこのことちょっと触れたいと思います。
Especially the idea of improving yourself or becoming a better person.
どうやって、良い人、良い人生を歩むか。
Okay? Because this really is the idea when you make a New Year's resolution. You want to get better. If you did not make a New Year's resolution yet, you can still do it. It's not too late.
で、今からでも遅くないので。
Okay? So take some time, think about, hey, what's good? Yeah, this year, maybe I should do this. I should work on this, getting better at this.
で、このことやろうっていうふうにちょっと考えてみてください。
Okay? You will get better in some way. That's all for today.
はい、今日はここまでです。来週もこの話ちょっとこの話続けてします。
Please like the video. Please watch again next week.
来週もまた見てください。
If you want to, you can comment and or ask a question.
質問があれば。
English or Japanese is fine.
英語でも日本語でも構いません。
Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.